George opening up southpaw.
It's coming straight into the clinch.
Thomas, orthodox.
Thomas getting the body lock, trying to slap into knees.
He doesn't look uncomfortable in there though, Thomas.
Definitely not. Not coming from Pinky's gym there. Definitely got a good strong Thai style in there. He'll be working a lot of clinch. Oh, George looking to try to set up the knees.
That's what Thomas has to watch on the way in. He's wearing that big knee.
That and the push kick coming up the middle.
He's closing range quite well though.
Keeping the guard tight.
The gloves there.
Oh.
There's that too that we talked about earlier.
Just with his range, and he can get it right above the stomach, getting above that center of gravity and knocking him right back. And stepping in with the knee. And turn it down.
Very good with the clinch, George.
Utilising his angle. No, not yet. Stepped in with the
left
knee.
hand from Thomas, landing, finding the mark. Not quite got the power on just yet. That knee is very dangerous from George. Sticking the jab quite cleanly at the minute.
Trying to keep the guard up, I believe. He keeps putting that jab up, keeping the hands up to set up those knees.
Trying to fluster Thomas's range control.
Oh. Goes high with the knee. Normally, a lot of people would have to jump up for that. You don't want to be ducking out of the clinch.
It's a dangerous place for Thomas to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And keep your head up, Thomas. Keep your head up.
But he's a very tough boy, Thomas. He can take a shot and still keep on banging.
And keep coming forward. Trying to let go of the hands, but it is just hard with that range of George. George moves well. He doesn't stand there. And he has a diverse range of weapons. Isn't stuck to just one punch, one knee. He can kick, he can do everything, he can clinch.
A little bit better work there from Thomas. When he gets his body a little closer in the clinch, he seems to be a little bit safer. But that range, as soon as George gets a little bit of space in that clinch, Thomas is struggling.
Yeah, a little bit of claret coming from the nose of Thomas now. Nice low kick. Needs to follow it up, I believe. George is looking for those knees straight out the middle now.
Nice body shot from Thomas.
He's
tied him up quite clearly there too.
Very good with his defence in the clinch.
Bleeding a little from the nose already, Thomas.
One of those jabs, I think.
That's a very long jab, yeah.
Oh, the push kick.
Deep to the face.
So it wasn't a slow start to round one.
No, I don't think so. I think as much as Thomas did wear a few shots in that round, I think he did what he needed to do. I think it would have been worse for him to stay on the outside.
Oh,
so he's encroaching space and he's stepping inside and he's very, very tough.
He's
so we'll see
100%. It was just first round. And if George obviously did have a bad weight cut, that might play his part in later rounds. We'll have to see.
That's very true. Yeah, it's something to consider. It wasn't that he didn't want to get the weight off. He tried his very hardest, and he was at the end of his rope, unfortunately. So yeah, he could affect his stamina if Thomas can take him to the later rounds.
He definitely didn't do it with intention. You can see he was very apologetic.
I think that round definitely went to George. He's just clearly too many clear shots landing. Thomas did find his range a couple of times, land a couple of leg kicks and an overhand left once or twice. But
I think George with the push kicks, even the knockdown with another high push kick. Solid knees, a couple of knees to the head.
So very clear knees, yes, and the jab sticking as well.
And we have a very solid judging panel here tonight.
So I've seen Thomas get stronger and stronger as the fight goes on, so we'll see if he can drag it on from the later rounds, if he can
wear him down a little bit.
Stamina.
You see George is still very relaxed though, very relaxed.
Very.
Pinky giving his instructions to Thomas. Thomas choosing to stand throughout the round. As mentioned before, Thomas the tank engine, he has a full tank of gas in him. He goes hard all the way through.
Both standing, neither of them electing to sit, so it's a good sign for fans. These boys have got plenty and they're going to give it a...
And bit of a dry down for George. So I had a little bit of bath.
Charlie Bellamy calls him back to work.
Great respect from the boys. And Thomas. Oh, looking for the big hands.
Nice lock off the hands for Thomas, but he's in trouble in the grips there.
It's just those legs, the long legs, you can get around. Get him on the outside, put you off balance.
That's a dangerous knee, getting that high.
And the fight IQ. The fight IQ he has. He's been doing this a long time, George. He's still so very young.
Nice turn from George.
Going for the high push kick again. George has only been in Perth for a few years now, but straight away, as soon as he got here, started making a name for himself.
He did, yeah.
I will have to mention, don't make a bet with him. He won't pay up. Still owing us a frappe from 3 years ago.
Oh, that's a big knee. Off the back of a couple of hands there from George. That's a big knee, but Thomas got up very, very quickly.
Oh, and again, George is now. He's got
starting to pepper the body.
Yeah, he's looking to finish it early. Not being silly about it. But
Short
again,
body shot from Tom.
Driving in the knees, straight up the middle.
That first knee had to hurt.
As I mentioned to Dan a bit earlier, those knees when you hit it right down the middle, there's no better feeling. Obviously, it doesn't feel good when you're getting hit, but when you hear, you can almost hear the life of your opponent getting sucked out of him when you land a knee to the solar plex.
Yes. Great feeling for you. You know the impact it's having on your opponent as well. So
just boosts the confidence as well. And as you were seeing, George went straight in for the kill.
It's off the back of a good knee, a good connecting knee from Thomas, and George has managed to dump him. So he's running out of options, unfortunately, Thomas.
He's looking for the one big shot, which against George.
Starting to doubt himself when he throws. So
at the end of the day, if you're in the fight, you can still land it.
Absolutely, especially someone with Thomas's power in his hands.
But it's just going to come down to a little bit of luck now.
Very controlled clinch from George.
I don't think George is looking to make any single mistakes. He's settled down a little bit more, not hunting the knee so much now. Oh,
boy.
Straight up using the left, straight up the middle, again Teep. Working well from southpaw. And switch and knee. Oh.
His timing's still good, but he's wearing too many knees, Thomas.
Yeah, he's definitely going to take a little bit less damage. Otherwise this fight might not last the distance.
He's still in the contest though, you know, he took a couple of big knees in that fight, in that round, and he got up with gas to finish the round quite strong.
There was no 8 count.
No count, yeah.
I mean, it's still a solid round, so maybe the judges are still giving it a little bit extra.
He's definitely down 2 rounds, sadly, at the moment on the scorecard though, so we'll see what, and he seems to be running out of options too. See what he's got in store for George over the next 3 rounds.
George taking a seat, but he's not gasping for air. He's looking nice and relaxed still. You can see he's just picking, choosing.
No, George is pushing his slots very, very clearly at the moment. The straight hands are working well for him. The range on his knees is very, very good tonight as well.
Got a very experienced corner as well, Darren Riddler. Making sure he's not making any mistakes, giving him great advice. Pinky cleaning up his boy's blood a little bit. Cleaning up the nose.
Only for the nose at the minute, no cuts.
Yeah, no cuts, just the nose. Obviously help him breathe a little bit, clear out the nose.
George has opted to sit this round, so maybe the stamina is a question. We're only going to find out if Thomas can take him to the later rounds.
He's back up again though. I do believe he sat down just for the first little bit of the first round as well, but it wasn't for long. Obviously 2-minute breaks now, so you don't want to sit down for too long, let any lactic acid build up, especially in those long limbs of George.
Lots of playing tricks on us again. Hopefully they don't go during the round.
A little bit of a disco scene going on. Oh, fading. And we're into round 3.
And here we go, round 3.
Boys hug it out again. Great respect shown.
Big kick from George to start. Followed up by a knee. I don't think Thomas can afford to wait.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going to get right in.
He's not gonna
no, again.
Bit unlucky. Thought his leg got caught on the rope there.
He had the right idea.
Yeah.
But again, George knows exactly what to do at the right time. Using his movement beautifully. Trying to just stay away from the standing and banging with Thomas. He's obviously not silly. He knows that Thomas got some power in his hands.
Yeah, he's not taking any risks, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Using the long shots, the long hands, so he doesn't get mixed up with the short hands, and setting that knee up so he can keep a guard high.
And jab and moves. And again, left knee straight up the middle, doubles up. And then the right knee step through. And again, left knee.
Big knees from George.
Again. Thomas still just coming forward. You can understand why his fight name's the Tank Engine now.
Dangerous ducking out there for Tom, but I don't think he's got much of a choice with that height difference.
It is 194 centimetres. He is a big boy and only 21 years of age.
Tall, yeah.
Oh, beautiful
uppercut from Tom.
And turn and
on the
sweep.
floor from the clinch.
You see Thomas just taking a couple of deep breaths there.
That's the first big breath we've seen him take, yeah. He picks himself up off the floor.
I think a couple of knees up the middle definitely would have just winded in that little bit. And again, switch knee, doubles up on it, jab, fakes the jab, fakes the push kick to set up and land the jab.
Yeah, George is
that one
Thomas second guessed it himself, so he's not ready to throw the shot that he thinks he should.
And that one definitely took the wind out of him.
It did indeed.
Deep breath now with Thomas, but again, tough boy, he's straight up. He's ready to go again.
Straight back to it, George.
George now showing relentless pressure. He's trying to finish it. Can Thomas hang on? He needs to grab on. He can't just sit there covering up.
And Thomas has stopped throwing shots.
Yeah. He's just looking to defend now.
Pinky's calling for him to fire from the corner.
Yeah.
10 seconds left in this round.
Jumping knee. And he survived the round.
And that's the end of the third. The fourth and fifth ordinarily is when you usually see Thomas fire up, but he's taken some pretty heavy shots to the body. It's be interesting to see if he's got that spare tank to go tonight.
He has 2 minutes to recover. It is quite a long time, but at the same time, that was some heavy knees.
Oh, George hasn't dropped around yet too, so it's have to be a little bit disconcerting for the blue corner at the moment. His knees were pretty impressive in that round.
The question is again, did George spend himself?
Did the weight cut affect him?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
The question.
And he did push to finish it then as well. Sometimes that can get the adrenaline pumping because George was very calm throughout the rounds. When you do try to push that finish, sometimes it can get just the adrenaline going and take a little bit out of you as well.
It's always a way too, isn't it? As a fighter, the day you go looking for it, it never seems to turn up for you.
Exactly. Sometimes can be your downfall as well. Well, not downfall, but obviously cause some mistakes. You get a little bit too tired, your guard will drop a little bit, and then you get caught yourself.
Absolutely. Everybody's human, aren't they?
We've seen it a little bit earlier when Ryan Black was going for the finish on Mitch.
And he got caught with a couple of elbows in chasing that.
He definitely wasn't moving like he was in the second round and the third round, so maybe just trying to finish him in the second, spent him a little bit.
George looks like he's up and ready to go again. A little bit less gas in the tank this time round. Thomas looks okay considering the damage he's taken and taking instruction from Pinky. I'm sure he's calling on him to find that extra gear and pull the trigger as much as he can this round out.
That's it. As I mentioned before, Pinky's boys do come to fight. They'll fight anyone. It just depends. Has he got it in the back of the mind because those knees would have hurt?
Absolutely, they would have. Definitely would affect your confidence a little bit.
Question is he going to pull the trigger? Or?
If he's got something there, I'm sure he'll use it. Let's find out.
He's on the hunt. He's looking for it. Oh,
he's throwing heavy. That's a good boy.
That's what he wants. So Pinky got through to him. And inside, grab that body.
Nice body lock. Tight with the body.
He's got to just keep the feet a little bit wider, otherwise George will get that sweep on him again.
Much more effective. Just hard to maintain, unfortunately.
Again, beautiful left high kick, and then step into the knee. Oh, and again. George is definitely not pushing the pace as much, but he's just using that timing.
No, he seems to be on the back foot a little bit more.
Probably a little bit spent.
But he's picking his shots still quite strongly. The left kick is still working, the left knee is still working quite strongly for him.
And that's what's good about having a good fight IQ as well. You know, you're not relying on one thing. Beautiful high kick.
Yeah, if you have to change gears or you have to change tool sets, you can do that. And George has definitely got that going for him.
Yes. Thomas too is letting go of the hands now.
Those multiple knees. Sometimes don't look like much, but two in the same spot, one after the other, can have a really
catch you as you're trying to breathe in.
That's absolutely it.
Oh, overhand. Trying to take the jaw off. It looks like he's cut now as well, Thomas.
Yeah, a little cut over the left eye there from Thomas. I
think that was from the knee, step up knee before as well. Followed it up. No, he's
and that teep has just gone straight through him. He's had a second guess about.
That definitely looked like it hurt him. Whether he has some broken ribs, yeah.
Yeah, two very, very straight knees that collected and landed quite cleanly. Off the back of that.
The body has taken a lot of damage. There is.
It's a big heart to keep getting up, and the amount he's worn already.
Touch gloves. Second 8 count for the fight.
That it is, yeah.
Oh. George going high, knees to the head.
And he stopped throwing the hands too, so.
Yeah. And Pinky's thrown in the towel. And
Pinky's thrown the towel. George, ever the sportsman, backed off as soon as he saw Pinky do that.
Yeah.
And Thomas has just taken too much damage, unfortunately.